Now, this is a story that came out a while ago, and a lot of people was upset by this story. So the attorney for a 10-year-old who was charged with public urination was announced that the case against his client has been dismissed. And said the decision came after Quantavious Eason was arrested and charged with a child in need of supervision for urinating behind his mother's car last August as his mother was visiting her lawyer's office. Now, I said this outcome, they said, is not just a victory for Eason and his family, say, but the juvenile justice advocates everywhere. They say on February the 5th at a press conference. They say this case, they say, has gained national attention due to its broader implications to juvenile justice, they say, and concerns about racial disparities within the legal system. They say now Eason was given 3 months probation, required to do check-ins and complete a 2-page assignment on a notable basketball star, Kobe Bryant. Now, they say his attorney, Carlos Moore, was highly critical of the outcome and pointed out how Eason's counterparts wouldn't have been taken into custody in the first place. He says, and I quote, "Black boys are demonized or criminalized at a very young age. Had it been a white boy urinated," he said, "he would have not been arrested," Moore told, the local media. He said, "We are going to take this to the highest heights, and we're going to file it in federal court." He said, "We're going to fight for justice, and they are going to pay this family for what they have endured." I said the child's mother decided not to sign the probation agreement last month, citing unfair treatment. The terms included an 8 p.m. curfew, potential drug test, and that he would be prohibited from using firearms. It's a 10-year-old. Drug tested him for what? Like, you see how these people treat our people, man? You see that. That's why I say, man, as you see their rules slowly coming to an end, it can't come fast enough. These people do not deserve to have no rulership over nobody. I mean, what, a child? So in your mind, he a drug using person. You want to prohibit him from having his Second Amendment right when he gets up. He can't buy a gun right now. He's 10. He's a year older than my little girl. Freaking 10. And it continues to say, which Moore argued that could have been given to an adult offender this sentence. It said he made it clear that he would fight to dismiss the case and request a trial because he believed Eason was being treated like a criminal. And say the mother's decision not to accept the probation term sparked public debate, prompted questions about the fairness of the initial sentencing. But this is what they do our children, ladies and gentlemen. This is exactly what they do our children. They treat our children like crap. Now, if it were me, I would not have, told my son, it's okay, or maybe in the past he's done that, because I've always told my children you need to go to the bathroom. None of my children none of my son, grandson, whatever, I've never seen them go outside to urinate. Because no, you go to the bathroom. I mean, he should have, went in there with his mom and say, "Hey, I really got to go to the bathroom," and he could have went to the bathroom in there. But we got to teach our children, because, in some of these states, they'll try to put a sex offender charge on you for urinating. You know what I'm saying? Now, we don't want people out here just urinating all over the place. Number one, it's just not a good thing, hygiene-wise. Two, I mean, that's not what you do. That's kind of uncouth. And I know in certain other countries, some people do that. I think I was talking to Sister Wangel one time, and she said, "Oh, yeah, over here in Kenya, man, some of them, they'll just go over there and just piss against a tree or piss against whatever." And I'm like, I say, yeah, you may can get away with it over there, but you don't come to America doing that. Don't do it at all. But I would just say, just teach our children to use the restroom, or if they got to use the bathroom, I don't know why that child's in the car by itself. Take your children with you everywhere you go. I would never leave my children in the car and I'm somewhere else, because somebody can break that window, take that car and have a kid in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's all kind of things that happen. So never leave your child in the car. Like, more so than anything, if I was police, I wouldn't be making a big deal about him peeing, but I'll be asking her, like, why did you leave him in the car? I mean, anything could happen. Somebody could have seen that car, try to carjack it, kidnap your child. People do all kind of things to children, right? I probably went in on her about that. I wouldn't have took the child away. I wouldn't have arrested her or nothing like that about the police. But I kind of went in about that a little bit. I said, hey, that's dangerous what you did. You take your child everywhere you go. You don't leave him in a car. I don't care if it's 5 minutes. Take him in there with you for them 5 minutes. Do that. You know what I'm saying? But, I'm glad this charges are dropped on this, young child. But, parents, we got to teach our children, because listen, you can say, oh, well, what if they're the white? Listen, I don't even like to hear that conversation about, well, the white people or whatever. The fact is, we got to deal with the hand we're dealt. We can fight it, right? We can fight against unfair treatment, and we should fight. We fought constantly in this country. We're still fighting, right? But in the meantime, while we're fighting, we got to also move smart. Don't give the devil an easy win. I always say that. Don't give him an easy win. I know he's a child, but we got to teach our children. You know what I'm saying? Go to the bathroom. If you got to go that bad, come, go say something. But my kids, I've always practiced this, and I'll continue to practice this. They're not going to stay in the car. They can't walk behind me. They got to walk on side of me while I got them in my hand or walking in front of me. I just always rule because I don't trust nobody in America or throughout the world.